What's up everyone, Alex Corey here with KC Gardens doing a micro update, and this video we're going over a specialty crop that it took me a good amount of generations to get used to, and I figured I'd save someone the hassle of all the trial and error. So we're going over cilantro. Okay, I don't actually have a sample for you because cilantro is not in my usual rotation. I just don't have any requests for it at the moment. It's usually only either put in an herb mix, sometimes with a dill or a fennel or a carrot, other very soft textured ones like that. It's just too overpowering to put in anything usual. Like, it would contradict anything with a bite like a radish. It doesn't work well with pea. It just works very sparingly. Usually chefs will put it on top of something that they want to have a hint. Maybe they have a cilantro lime sauce on it already and they just want to complement it with a sprig of cilantro. But the things I wanted to point out, this company specifically, and this might have changed since then, but I still use them for this. It's the split seed, if you can see that. So cilantro is just a single seed. Coriander is the spice for it, coriander seed. But this company it's called Chinese parsley from them, but the seed is split in half, if you can see that. So what that does is it makes it less likely whenever cilantro germinates for it to stick on the actual cotyledon. It's one of the biggest pain in the butt part about growing cilantro, and I do have a shungiku tray here, and this is a lot like cilantro in the leaf structure, and the same issue happens. So if you can see here, you can see the little seed holes. They stick on the leaves, and that's not a huge deal. I pulled a root up there too, but if you can see that seed hole on it, not desirable, especially if there's no weight to cilantro. Maybe it's like basil, maybe an ounce, 2 ounces, 1 to 4 ounces a tray. And you layer quite a bit of seed down, so you would definitely sell it per container, container volume instead of net weight. Anything you can do to make the harvesting quicker is desirable. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people just won't grow it. It's kind of like a carrot. Anything you have to manually pick the seed holes off of or risk damaging the plant by trying to brush them off usually isn't worth it. That's why basil is nice, because seed holes shed. That's one of the major issues with sunflower, why you try to keep sunflower weight on it for so long. It's more friction is likely to shed that seed hole. Sorry. The other thing I would recommend doing with cilantro is, and this is one of the few ones you do this with, cover it with about a 1/4 inch of soil. So once you've put your soil down on a tray and then watered it, leveled it, spread the cilantro seed down, split hole, split seed, cover it with another 1/4 inch of soil and press it down again, and then water it again, and then put a weight on it as you would if you hadn't done that. You don't need a ton of weight for cilantro. Just another tray on it is fine. Just a pound or 2 pounds. You don't need a 15-pound brick. You can. It'll still work, but not necessary. Any friction you can give it helps it shed that seed hole, and a few are fine. And that does give it a little extra texture, and you will get a hint more flavor. Some seed hole is fine. It's maybe like 10% of your tray if that's seed hole. That's acceptable, but chefs generally won't like a ton of that. They're just not going to have to want to pick that off, same as you wouldn't when you're harvesting. So split seed if you can. True Leaf might have a version of this, but this was the company I initially found this from, and I had looked Johnny's, True Leaf. These guys are out of the West Coast. There was a couple Canadian companies. Mums didn't have it, but I went through a couple just to figure out how to get it correctly, because almost all of those crops with no weight, the only way they're worthwhile is if you can just slice them and there's no processing like you would for a sunflower. That's why most of the crops that we grow don't have any additional processing. That's the only thing that makes them worthwhile to sell, at least to a um, just a homeowner who isn't paying $4 an ounce. It's and just better nutritionally and looks better on a plant for you. You don't necessarily want that crunch into a seed. That's it for this one. Just wanted to give a few pointers on cilantro. The next one will be on probably a couple different brassica varieties that we're playing around with, and possibly another variation on some mustards. Till then.